Hello everyone, I am back today with another episode. So today we're filming on Mini Cooper S. Now this is a 2009 Mini Cooper S R56, and this is in a bit of a process transformation at the moment. So we've got a bit of a build series coming up with this one. As you can see, there's not much left of it at the moment. It's full engine out and absolutely carnage with it. So hopefully there's a good bit of everything coming up with this over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, let's get cracking. Right then, so for today's episode we have got a big brake kit to go on this. So we've got new wheel bearings from the local motor factors. We've got our original hub carriers there. Those have been sent off and powder coated, and we've had those back, so they're ready to bolt on. And then the piece de resistance, which has been supplied to us by a company called Project Airifix, is this absolute bad boy. So this is a kit sold by Airifix. So in the box you'll get braided brake lines. Now these are obviously for the front, so it comes as a complete kit with all the new banjo bolts and washers. So, and then you get these absolute weapons. So these are actually Brembos off of a Renault. As you can see, it's supplied all nice and fresh. New pistons and seals and stuff. Yeah, absolutely over the moon with these. So thanks for these Airifix. Can't wait to get them on. Now the only thing we don't know at the moment is whether they're going to actually fit with the standard 17-inch wheels, so that's what we're going to find out about them today. So yeah, well, let's just carry on unboxing for now. So we've got these absolute specimens. We've obviously got the aluminium brackets, look nicely done. Looking by the marks, I'm going to say they're probably CNC cut. And what we've opted for in these is the Brembo road pads, because it's going to be more of a street car than it is a track car. So there's no point really having the track pads, because you just won't get enough heat into them, so they won't do the job. So we've gone for those, and then you also get a brand new fitting kit for your pads. So nice retainers and springs there. And then also you get supplied all the bolts that you need to mount your calipers. So it comes as a full kit. And also what we've gone for is these Mintex discs. Now that they are just plain. They're not drilled or grooved or anything. Obviously these are a lot bigger than the standard size. So the standard size on the R56 Cooper S that we've got is 280mm front discs. Now these are 330mm, so these are a massive step up compared to the standard discs and calipers. What we couldn't find is an actual grooved and drilled disc that was suitable for us within the price range. This you can have with the kit or without. We opted to go with it because it was actually cheaper to get these through Airifix than it was to buy them separate. Now these discs are actually for a Mini. They are GP2, which I think was between 2010 2011, around that sort of year, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. But these are an actual Mini fitting. So the stud pattern's the same, and the centre bore is the same, and the disc locating screw is the same. So that's nice. That's a nice little feature that goes straight on. The only thing we're still waiting on at the moment is the actual dislocating screws. So we can mount all this kit up as it is, but to actually finish it off, we'll be still waiting on those screws. Absolute over the moon with this. Absolute over the moon. So thanks Airifix if you're watching. please, if you're the video is not sponsored by Airifix in any means, but if you are into your minis and your modding your minis, go give them a look, because they supply absolutely all sorts of parts, and he knows his stuff about his minis. So yeah, let's get them on. So just quickly before we start, on this, as you can see, everything's off, it's all bare. So what we got, we've done a few bits in it that we haven't filmed. So all the arches have been cleaned out and repainted. They're going to get covered up anyway by the spray suppressors or the arch liners, but it's just nice to freshen it up, so when it goes back together it's all tidy. We've got stance coilovers on there, which aren't very old. We were going to put new, but we're going to keep them on there for now. New brake lines have gone in, they've just got to be finished off. They're in, but just make sure the routing's good. So yeah, we've got powder coated arms, powder coated front subframe, so it should stand the test of time and look good with all the new goodies. So we're going to get these puppies back in. So we've got new bearings, like I said, and hubs to go in. So I'll get through the boring bits on my own, and you can join me when I get to the meat of it. Right, so fast forward a little bit. You didn't have to watch all that shit, but we've got the hub mounted up now, the wheel bearing on, it's all bolted up back together. So the next phase is getting these braided lines fitted. So let's crack on. Crack! Right then. Okay, come on. Just love these sometimes. So, bit of an old trick I was told by a former mechanic who I used to work with. Always told me to put a blob of grease on your excuse me, put a blob of grease on your brake pipes, on your fitting, just for future, if you've ever got to take it off, it's not going to be seized in. Some people may disagree with me, but that's the way I've been doing it for years, and I've never usually had any problems. So let's just mount this in. Right, now there'll be a particular route which this line has got to run, which go on. Oh, she's died! Fucking hell, that's tighter than some of my mates buying around. Well, we'll put a blob of grease on it just to try and ease it in, because that's what I got to hand. Usually a WD-40 is the one. Right, so that's in. So as you can see, pipe's in. We need to button this up, mind. She's not in quite yet, but the majority of it's there. So button that up. But until I've got the brakes on, I don't want to button it up just yet. And then when I get the brakes on, we'll nip everything up then. Now there's no fluid in the system, so we haven't got to worry about leaks, because that was all drained and we're putting fresh fluid in. Not quite certain yet if we're going to go for .4 or go for like .5.1. 5.1 is good for the track. I don't know if we're going to get them hot enough to warrant 5.1, because it's got a higher boiling point than .4, if you didn't already know that. So right, let's crack on with putting the calipers on. Okay, so before you put your disc on, you put your bracket on. Now it goes, what we've figured out, it'll go this way round, so that your brake caliper, oh, excuse me, you dropped it all, that would have been fucking great. Yeah, so that your brake caliper sits like so, about there, and you'll see why once I put the disc on. Now originally when I first started looking at the kit I thought this would have gone that way around, but after looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, it looks as though it actually goes backwards compared to the original brakes. Now there's no fitting instructions in the kit, so if you are unfamiliar with how these kits work, you probably do a similar thing to what I thought in the first place. I thought that it would go similar to how your conventional brakes would go. And we'll just nip these up. So the brackets are on. Now we haven't got everything quite nipped up yet with, obviously the wheel bearing's not tightened up and the tractor end's not tightened up because we've got an engine to go back in. So it's kind of left a bit loose at the moment. What I will have to do is, because I've got extended wheel studs, I'll have to put the wheel spacer on with the disc just to hold it on, because like I said in previous, we're still actually waiting for the disc locating bolts to arrive. So for now we'll just put that in like that. At least then we can sort of mock it up and make sure everything is right. I mean, I say we keep saying make sure everything's right. It is a kit and it should be right, but we'll just make sure it is before we go hell for leather. Right, okay, so next is getting the caliper up mounted. Oh, she's died. Come on. Right then. So, squeeze them more. As you can see, we are pretty central now, mounted up. So, like I initially made the first mistake in thinking, "Ooh, these look really easy. They look really simple. The bracket will go this way around, and it will go on the back, and the bolts will go this way." However, that's not the case. This is the correct way of mounting this kit. The biggest question of all is wheel. Will the wheel, now these are running at the moment, the standard Mini Cooper S wheels, so that's the next thing now. Whilst before I go any further, let's just see if the wheel will fit. I don't think it will. I think we'll be having aftermarket wheels on this, which isn't a problem, but it's just obviously an extra cost. So let's have a look. Now then, moment of truth. So what we've noticed on the R56 Cooper S wheels, there's a bit of a shoulder here. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but there's a hell of a shoulder here, and that's what we were worried about with the clearance of the wheel. Now, Airifix obviously sells them and says 17-inch wheels should fit, but you may require spacers. Now, we've already got a spacer. However, the wheel design, I don't think. I've got my reserves, but moment of truth time. We've got to see. I just whap these studs off. Because otherwise I can't put the wheel on. Anywho, what I could do with those dislocating things now. or at least wheel studs. That's the next thing I think for this car. Wheel stud conversion. It needs it. Fuck you. Fuck you, wheel spacer. Right. Oh, it's close. I can't quite see yet because I don't know if I've got it on. I don't think it's going to go. It's not. It's close. Wheel spacers. Yeah, you could get these wheels to fit. Bigger wheel spacers rather. We've got 12mm on at the moment. 12mm wheel spacers do not work with the kit on the original Cooper S wheels. So maybe we'd have to do a bit of digging just to see what size would work. But 12mm spacers do not work with this kit. So that's a bit of a shame. So the options from now is either we go look how much of a twat it is without this dislocating bolt. I won't mention where we've ordered them from because I don't want to slag them off, but it's a fucking pain in the arse. Now, back to the wheels. So, we need to ascertain, is it worth running bigger spacers? Now, it wasn't too far off. I think probably 20mm spacers might work. Now we need to confirm that before saying yeah they will work. But for now, we know we need either an aftermarket wheel without a shoulder, so a straighter barrel, or we need a bigger spacer. We're running 12mm spacers on this car, and the ride height that it's got, it is quite close to the outer arch anyway. So either we go bigger spacer and we raise the ride height of the car and we give that a go, or we go aftermarket wheel. And I think we might have to go aftermarket wheel if I'm honest. You can still run 17s, you just need a different wheel design as opposed to the original Mini Cooper S wheel. So at least we know the Cooper S wheel does not fit with the brake kit, and that was the biggest worry that we've confirmed, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and it's the wheel of modification, and it's a world of unknowns sometimes. So yeah, we'll go from there. So then guys, as you can see, we've got one side mocked up, ready to go, and we know that wheels don't fit, and we know that you've got to run spacers or a different wheel. So what we'll do from now is work out where we want to go. We'll just keep fitting, we'll fit them up to a point so that they're ready. We'll probably end up bleeding them out, filling them full of fluid, bleeding them so they're ready, because they shouldn't need to be coming off completely now. We can obviously, if we need to take the calipers off again now to just torque the bolts up, we can hang them up with a bit of wire out the way, and then yeah, it's just a case of finishing them off and getting out on the road once she's fully built and enjoying that fucking epic brake upgrade from Project Airifix. So if you got to the end of the video, thanks for watching. We appreciate all the views as always. If you want to speak to us at any point, just give us a comment. Love interacting with all the modified community, it's amazing. So we will see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.